Hello, Samantha, and all you people out
Hello,
here.
sir.
It's a big group.
Who are usually at the end of the film is when they put the Subham.
Yeah.
But this is the beginning of your production. I didn't dream up this cheesy line, it just came up to me. Right? So, when did you decide to turn producer?
So I think my career has been going at was going at such a speed, and I didn't really think of anything else other than acting. I thought I would be doing it till the time I die, to be honest. I didn't think that I ever needed to have a plan B. But when I was forced to take the 2 years off, and I had no idea if I would be ever coming back. So I remember having this conversation with Himank, who is a co-partner on Tralala. And we would sit across our dining table and discuss great plans for the future. And I think he was trying to just keep my spirits up because it was a tough time at that point of time. So we decided, we should diversify, we should make investments in things that we believed in, we should produce, and that, acting is not the only thing, so what if you don't go back? But we never ever thought that we would take it all the way, and we did, and in record time, to be honest. I think we had that conversation probably a year ago and started acting upon it immediately. And I think that this is what kept me fighting and kept my spirits up and kept me going, moving forward, because otherwise you can sink into this little low and self-pity and not be able to snap out of it. So I think this kept me going, and I'm really happy and proud. Now when you think about it and you in retrospect, everything kind of happens for a reason. If I didn't take that break, I would still just be on this in this race as an actor and not knowing anything else but acting. And I think everything happens for the best.
I think I've already talked to all these people before. So it's almost like I know
Rerun.
all of them. But this is the person I identified with the most, simply because he quit his IT job and he decided to follow his passion, and I'm like, another.
You quit your IT job, Barry.
I was an engineer,
You were an engineer.
a chemical engineer.
Oh, and
chemical
where did you
engineer.
study? Like in Chennai? Oh,
Bits Pilani.
oh
No
wow.
way.
And then how
No,
this?
this is not about me.
But I really want to know.
We are talking about Subham. We'll talk about all that later.
But I mean, it's a big jump, right? You must have.
It's a big jump. Ask him the question. Is it a big jump?
Yeah, it's a very big job.
Yeah. What was it like? Saying you're the writer of Cinema Bandi as well, then this is the director of Cinema Bandi.
Right.
So
Yeah.
when you say, I'm going to quit this and get into an uncertain field,
Right.
what's that like?
It was very scary to begin with. To be honest, it was my wife's support. She said, "Okay, you do what you like. I will support you." So that's the biggest reason why I was able to quit. And the thing is, the interesting part was when I quit my job. Right, I had 3 projects in my hand. Within 3 months, everything went on hold.
Wow.
3 months after quitting my job, and I was thinking, what am I going to do? But I didn't stop writing. I wrote at that time, and those were the initial 1.5 years were tough period for us. But we have to be very patient. We shouldn't lose our hope. So I think that's when I watched your videos also.
Oh my God.
For inspiration, is it?
So that you don't lose hope.
Yeah, that Mani Ratnam book and all I used to read, and I think that's what gave me hope. That's what slowly things started falling in place. Slowly I got projects which might work in the future. So it's almost like if you see 4 years now, that's when my next project is releasing for both of us. So I think we should be very patient. That's the toughest period because getting monthly salary versus you don't know when you are going to get your next paycheck is that's the took his part, and we just need to be hopeful. We just need to do our work, and things will be fine. Actually.
Yeah. Speaking of paychecks, did the producer of this film pay all of you well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? Everyone, so, you know,
I'm sitting right here. What are they going to say? No.
you know, sometimes it's just,
You should ask them that separately. But I'm not around.
so the producer treated you well, basically.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So,
Oh God.
so what is it like? Is it like, was it intimidating at first? Because like, you've been part of show business in some form or the other. You're used to cameras. You're doing all this stuff. How has it been like for the rest of you?
It was full excitement for me. And, it was just like a dream. It was not. I still feel it's a dream. When the first time I heard that Samantha ma'am will be introducing me as a lead actor, it's a surreal feeling. I think I'm really happy that I got this opportunity.
What about you?
Script is first excitement. Script is very nice and very entertaining. Script is very entertaining, and Samantha garu producing first banner launching. That's my excitement.
Shalini?
So first of all, I feel truly special. I started off my journey from film companion doing those small sketch videos, and now I'm here. It's very, very truly special. And with ma'am, I think the first thing is definitely not intimidation at all. When we first met her, I vividly remember one thing, which is her smile. She makes the entire room feel very warm. It's not like, there is any sort of airs around or anything. It's like the first thing that she starts off is to give compliments to everybody in the room. She makes sure that your maid feels special. So that's her icebreaker. I think it's a very good, technique, ma'am. First thing she does is give a compliment, so that you're like, okay, Sam gave me a compliment.
No, but I truly mean it. I mean, it's not pretense. Don't worry.
Yeah. So the first is definitely.
What was the compliment you got?
So my compliment. I mean, I don't want to brag right now. She told me
No,
that
you
my-
should.
This is an interview.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to brag. You're supposed to say, "I'm
Supposed
the
to brag,
best."
yeah.
Yeah, please.
So she told me my comedy timing was great.
And it's true, absolutely true. All of them have such amazing comic timing, and I always feel that comedy is the hardest. Comedy is the hardest, and if you don't have it, you don't have it. So, and all of them, they just have such. I think Gubeeran speaks the least here, but he on screen is fire. All of them, they work so well together, and their comic timing is so beautiful. Like, each of them steals the show at different points of the film, and I think that's so amazing.
Yeah, but when you discovered that this is the kind of movie it is, this is the genre of film, right? What was your thought?
Firstly, if I could just say that I was born and raised in the US. And
Really? Your accent doesn't give
no
that
way, I had no idea.
You're right? I mean, like, never,
No
like.
idea.
away. My God, I thought you were in Hyderabad. So,
And I'm a Bharatanatyam Kuchipudi classical dancer, Carnatic singer and all this stuff, theater artist there and all. And I came to India to pursue my dreams of becoming an actress, specifically in Telugu Tamil cinema, because that's what I watched growing up and that's what I always wanted to be a part of. So it was about 2 years of like auditioning, and I knew that whatever project I did really needed to make my journey worth it. Like, I love my parents the most, and they're back in America. So I really needed to make all of that. I don't want to call it sacrifice because I did it to myself, but I really wanted to make it worth it. And that's when the SUBHAM audition all came about, and the story was absolutely incredible. Vasant created a wonderful context for us to really bloom in. So, what was your question?
I think you answered most of
Did
it.
I? Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, when we auditioned though, and when Pravin gave us, the narration and all of this stuff, he told me the story, and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, nobody told me I was doing it yet. I had no idea until Rakesh, our EP, came and said he was talking schedules and stuff, and I'm like, I'm in it. Like, this is actually happening now, But yeah. I don't know what question you asked, but there's an answer.
Alright, so had this been 20 years ago,
Yeah.
or maybe 25 years ago, you'd be like doing one ISD call and telling your parents that I got it, and through a very
Yeah.
bad crackling phone line.
Having said that, yesterday was the first time I met Clinton, our music director, and it's like it's over. The film is over, and we're ready for release. And this is the first time I'm meeting him. So everything has just become so easy, and I think post-COVID especially,
Yeah.
like you can everything. You don't have to meet anybody in person anymore, except this immediate cast and crew. And it's so amazing that we could pull off these songs without actually having to meet our music director in person.
You want to get into acting, there's always a special moment, which could also be a little nerve-wracking, of seeing yourself on the big screen, right? Describe that, how that happened. Have you seen the movie, a bit of it?
Yeah.
While dubbing, you must have seen
No,
it.
they've all watched the
We
film.
watched it.
Oh, you watched the film.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Sing sound, really sing sound.
Yeah. Oh, sing sound.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So, what was it
So
like?
first of all, I have to say I'm a big fan of yours, and
Every time somebody says that, you got to give me money. So, so let's stop that, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so,
but I just thought
Sad.
I'll do an interview with you at some point of my career. But thanks to ma'am that I got to be with you right now. I was interested in film since my childhood, but I don't know how to approach, and I'm anxious and nervous to act in front of people. So I started making videos on my phone, sitting at my home in my comfort zone. And at some point, because I'm writing and editing them, they got viral. So through that, I got few projects. I did them. I saw myself on screen, but I always wanted to do this one film that is like one good film. I'm just waiting for that time. Like when will it happen? When will it happen? And I remember when I watched Cinema Bandi, I texted Pravin Anna. I'm sure he didn't see that message on Instagram. I texted him, I love your film and all. And I'm a big fan of Samantha ma'am. So one day I just got a call from Samantha ma'am's office saying, you have to do this audition. I went there. Then I got to know it's Pravin Anna's film. And it's Samantha ma'am. And I know Harshit and I know Shalini. So it's crazy how it felt like some higher power kicked me and I got, I got to this place. Yeah, it's nice. We did the film together and it came out very well. Yeah, and again, I forgot the question. I don't know what I'm talking about.
How was it for you to watch
this is
yourself
not
on
reflecting
screen?
well on me at all. This is like everyone's like,
What is
What's your question? I think they've done so many interviews right now. It's like, I think they're in autopilot.
We are repeating ourselves.
But sir,
this is so amazing because you're able to do stuff and put it out, and then there's a chance that people discover it.
Yeah.
That's so amazing that people can do that right now, right?
Yeah.
It's like it makes it so much easier to find fresh faces and like different kinds of actors. I mean, when you started out, it was so different, and
Absolutely.
you had to go and literally go to offices, meet people,
Right.
And it must have. Do you remember the first time you went and knocked
Absolutely.
some door?
My first audition was with Gautam and Sir for YMHS.
Oh, that was the first. Okay. Look, okay, you are just showing off. It's like I just did one audition and I got the film, right? It's
No,
like,
I mean, I didn't want to act. I wanted to study. Because that didn't work out, I couldn't study further. I was modeling for like pocket money. So there was this audition, and I think they were looking for like a specific kind of girl, like, the Christian Malayali. So I think they had held a lot of auditions. There were 3 days of auditions, and someone called me. I remember my manager called, not my manager, a manager called and said that he's auditioning. And I was like, why will Gautam select me? He has any, like, at that point of time, I think that on every actress's list of dream directors, Gautam Menon was like number 1. So I didn't even show up to the audition for the first 2 days because I thought I didn't have a chance. And on the 3rd day, I was like, okay, I think one of my friends were like, just go, at least you'll know what the experience is like. And I went there with, again, zero confidence, zero hope. And I thought that I was going to audition with the assistant director, but he ended up being there and I had to audition with him. Like he was doing Karthik's role, and it was extremely scary. But, and in Telugu, I mean, I didn't know a word of Telugu, so it was quite crazy. The first audition, I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember the place. I remember uh, how it felt like it was yesterday.
Yeah, but that happens with certain special memories, right? It's almost like that happened like yesterday feeling happens with certain things
Yeah.
in life. And I think this, yeah, obviously this is a very special thing. So when as a director, I'm asking you to sell your film. How do you do that?
Come on, we already have viral content.
You're like you're saying the same thing
Yeah.
over. How do you make it sound fresh? Or you don't try at all?
I tried a lot. Yeah. So one thing, this film is like, if anybody who watched my cinema bandi, they know me as like, I always believe my work is already there out. If anybody loved cinema bandi, they will like Subham. I'm sure about it. So my work.
I think
is,
you also have to sell it to the people who haven't seen cinema.
Yeah.
I don't know
that
if he's selling Cinema Bandi right now or he's selling Shubham right now. I'm a little confused.
So Cinema Bandi, my first film is in Netflix. So that is my first work of film. So definitely this film will be a good like if they watch that film, definitely they will get to know that okay, Shubham could be like better film, very good film than that. I always feel that. And one more thing is this is my first theatrical film,
Yeah.
and it's an experience, you know.
Yours too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we both are first theatrical film.
Wow.
And in that screen, you know, the Cinema Bandi, the last scene of that film where everybody watch film.
Yeah.
That is a moment, you know, like whole crowd, like that black screen, the whole theater. First time I'm watching something very big, like big screen. It's a memorable experience. So yeah, I'm waiting for that. I'm confident that we made a good film. I mean, we all made a very honest film. So it's a hard work of like there's so much. It's not like we just we precisely wanted to cater a very good content film in Telugu. So this is a horror comedy, Shubham. It's a new age horror comedy, I can say.
Yeah.
It's a serial-based horror comedy. I think it's a very new kind of subject where all wives possessed watching serial. The content itself is a very fresh and it caters, you know, every household watch serials basically, right? So what if our wives get possessed while watching a serial? The one-line idea, it's funny.
Yeah.
When I heard a one-line idea from Vasan, I was like shocked. Like serial people pick up ghost to watch a serial. That one-line idea is very quirky idea. So in that quirky idea, we had a great actors into it, and everybody just did their job. And one thing is, all are writers. These are not just actors here. Everybody is a writer. So on set, they kind of improvise. They kind of give inputs. That collaboration became so lively.
Right.
And this is a sing-sound film. So this film, it is very natural when you watch the film. It's so natural. It's so plain. So yeah, that's what I can say.
Or as a writer, when this happens, right, when other people touch your lines,
He has a story. So Gubeeran is also a director. He can't.
Yeah,
He's
please tell me the story. It's like,
లైక్ అంటే ఏదన్నా కరెక్షన్ చెప్పాను అనుకోండి ఏదన్నా తెలుగు డైలాగ్ ఒకటి ఇమీడియట్లీ థాట్ వచ్చి సార్ దిస్ డైలాగ్ ఇస్ వెరీ వెల్ సార్ అంటే టెల్ మీ అంటే ఓకే దట్స్ సూపర్
He's ready. We can see it on his face. He'll be like,
ఫుల్ ఎక్సైట్మెంట్
బాగుంది బట్ ఇక్కడ వద్దు.
one more thing he also does is sir ఇది ఇట్లా చేద్దామా సార్ అంటే ఎలాగో ఎడిట్ లో పోతుందిలే.
you know, the best thing would be if he said, you know, we'll do that, but we'll also do it my way. And then in the edit, he keeps it. So,
of course.
But he's
Become a
ready
joke
to
on the
collaborate. He's like
ఆల్మోస్ట్
that.
యాడింగ్ అంతా ఎడిట్
If
చేస్తారు
he likes it, he'll get more excited than us. If he likes a line from
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
he'll be more excited.
Yeah.
I do allow you guys.
No, he does allows
Yeah.
like few lines
No,
he'll make.
the thing is, right, sometimes we get used to that particular scene and reading
In
the
your head,
scene. Almost from 1 year I've been doing. So it takes time to actually understand what they are saying, whether it's how it's impacting the entire story.
Yeah, that's
So that's what goes into my thinking. And yeah, when it's good, actually, the thing is, story is always from one person's perspective when I write it. And he adds his own perspective, his own experiences. So when they bring in their own perspectives or experiences, right, that's what is film about. That's what is a collaboration, right? So I always believe in collaboration, but sometimes I don't agree with something that.
We had a lot of workshops basically.
Yeah.
So everybody know the script from bottom. Like everybody know what's happening the next scene, what's the next scene. So it's like sometimes the improvisations go messy. Like the scene goes so messy. So we have to control. Like okay, stop here. That is where we are there basically. Like we know the whole story. We know where it's going. So that way we kind of controlled the whole thing and made it into a proper lineup.
He's the one who will take it out of the box. Then he'll be putting it, no. He's like
I
a
think
powerhouse.
filmmaking is a very collaborative process. My kind is
a lot of people say that.
but a lot of people
But
say that-
actually, this time around, it is exactly that.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Because this seems like a very together group. But
Right.
sometimes, people say that, but
It's
they're
hard.
actually like,
It's hard.
dude, I'm the dictator here. I'm going to be the, person kind of a thing. But this doesn't look like that kind of group. But when the script came to you, right? And this idea, this bizarre idea, lovely bizarre idea comes to you, did you like it immediately or did you have to process it a bit? Or?
Yeah, we definitely had to process it a bit, but the line was immediately like, why didn't someone else think of this? Because it's everywhere, it's all around you. Women in serials are like the ultimate match, and I wanted to make films that I would enjoy watching. And yes, there's my identity as a woman is going to influence the choices I make. So that aspect has to definitely be there. And this fit in so beautifully into what I was looking for. And as it progressed every day, every month, it just kept getting better, and it got better even at the editing table. It just took a giant leap forward even at the editing table with the layer of music. So it was so amazing for me to be part of this experience from scratch. Usually as an actor, you're so spoiled. You just turn up on set, and sometimes you even don't know your lines, and you shoot your lines on set. And you're so detached from the entire process of filmmaking. So this gave me a bird's eye view into everything.
Nice.
And also it gave me immense respect for everyone who works to put out a film, but behind the scenes. And it gave me in fact, my respect for actors has slightly reduced, and my respect for the crew has increased tremendously.
Yeah.
Just watching them put in sleepless nights, today last night we signed up on the film, and the crew has been 1 week of sleepless nights, editors, mixing, sound. It's really hard to put out a film.
Right. And now you see the other side of it.
Yeah,
So,
and-
so if you were to leave, complete the sentence, I want you to watch Shubham because. Start with you.
Because I don't remember the last time I have watched a film like this. I've heard a story like this. I watch movies in 5 different languages at least: Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, Hindi, and English. And I
You
haven't
left out Kannada, dude.
Kannada.
Kannada.
Yeah, Kannada.
Just say it.
Yeah, I watch Kannada films too.
You left out Marathi.
So I haven't watched a film like this. I haven't heard a story as fresh as this. It breaks so many templates of a typical horror comedy, and that's reason enough for you to watch it.
Nice.
Yeah, like Shalini mentioned, the story is like crazy. That I can confidently say for the past 20-25 years, I haven't heard anything that crazy in films. And I'm like, since my childhood, I'm used to watching films with my mom. Like, we watch a lot of films together. So when I heard the script, I know my mom is going to like enjoy this film like crazy. So which says all the families are going to enjoy this film. And I don't remember the last time all the families went to the theater and laughed out, and and horror comedy is just the base of this film. We have a lot of layers in it. I mean, our writer will talk better about this. But yeah, sure. it'll be nice if, as a communal experience in a theater.
And on the one hand, we speak about the communal experience in the theatre, but we've also moved to a society where everybody's sitting in a different room watching a different thing in their own device. Like, how do you process these two things? Because both are realities, right? So
Yeah, both of them are realities, but end of the day, when a group of people sit together, there are very few things where all of them can relate and talk. That's one of them is one of it is films. So I'm pretty sure when people watch Shubham in theaters, all of them will sit somewhere in a cafe and they'll talk about a film and Samantha ma'am and all of us.
nice.
Yeah.
Basically, it's new script, new actress, new producer.
He's an advertising guy.
Very
crisp and-
succinct.
Yeah, that's why next genre is film is one entertainment, one horror, and one little bit story. So that's why the reason it's come. Definitely will come. Watch it 3 times. Like elantaru entertainment to horror ఇష్టపడే horror, like స్టోరీ ఇష్టపడే వాళ్ళకి ఇష్టపడే. సో 3 కలిసి ఈ ఫిల్మ్లో ఉన్నాయి. దానికోసం కంపల్సరీ చూడొచ్చు యాక్చువల్లీ ఫిల్మ్.
That's nice.
The first time when I heard the story, I felt like this is the film that I'm waiting to watch in theaters. I thoroughly enjoyed the whole narration, and I feel like the audience will feel the same. It's 2 hours completely non-stop, hilarious ride, and do watch it for our Samantha ma'am, and also we have few more surprises in the film. And for all of us, and we made a honest film. It's going to be a really crazy film, and at the end of the film, you'll definitely get a wholesome feeling that you watched a good film. Like you can, we actually saw that on few of our we showed the film to few people and they enjoyed it a lot, and I'm sure they will enjoy it.
Yeah. It's so lovely to talk to people beginning, their,
I was
their big journey.
thinking the exact same thing, that I haven't sat in an interview where one person is talking about their next paycheck, and I've always been seated with the biggest heroes who only speak 1,000 crores. Minimum we start with 1,000 crores, and then So this is the first time, and it's really heartwarming for me to speak to a bunch of really talented people starting out, and I wish them so much success, and I'd love to see where their journey goes.
And I wish you success as well.
Thank you. I'm a newcomer today as well, first time producer.
Yeah. And did you get this feeling that this is truly something groundbreaking?
I am my biggest critic, and probably a very harsh critic. So you will never ever get me to say stuff like I have made something truly groundbreaking. But it is a critic in me that has pushed me to the choices I make. And so I think that while the process of this film being made, and even at the edit table, we have been harsh critics. We have ruthlessly, we didn't need anybody else to tell us that something is wrong here or there's a lag here. We would be the first ones to take it out. So I think that critic in me helps to a large extent when we're taking on, to being a producer and making a film. It's important that we give the audience exactly what they want and not take anything personal. In that way, I believe that Shubham is a very, very well-rounded, and it is in a state where we think is the most perfect state to present to the audience.
Oh, lovely. So, like Samantha said, it's not usually that one gets to sit with all people beginning their journey. You've begun. Okay, you've begun. Okay, but big screen and all that. So I wish you the very best, and may only good things happen to you. Huh?
Thank you so much.
Like initially, I was so nervous because it is Samantha's first production, and she gave responsibility to me, because it's not that easy as a producer to give a responsibility, because the film should work out, right? So after the film is done, Samantha ma'am and they're all watching in an edit room, that day was the very nervous day for me, because the product I did, I have to show to my producers. They have to like it, and it is her first film. And I know how much special it's to her. And she is enjoying the throughout every moment. When she laughs in the edit room, I get like so happy inside.
Oh,
Okay, I
God.
did some product, because as a
He gets
director,
that my job
Oh,
is
God.
safe.
because you know, it is Samantha ma'am has a huge career, and we are all beginners, and it is a responsibility for us to give her the best product from our side. And I'm so happy when she enjoyed the film. That day I was happy. Okay, as my director, my producer was happy.
And to add to that, actually, the best thing that could happen to a writer is narrating a story to her. Like,
Really?
she
I'm very
will
animated.
Be like very openly laughing, and I mean, I've seen people who are like very, yeah, it's funny. Like, they don't openly say that, but she openly laughs, she openly enjoys your narration. So that's when I get, okay, this is nice, okay. Because I didn't narrate it to anybody else. The script, the entire first half, she was the first person I narrated to dialogue. So that's when I got the confidence, and that's when I was like, okay, this is going to be a fun project, and I'll be happy to.
We won't be in that bubble, you know. Generally, what happens is we like our own films.
Yeah.
Like we like it's our like we showed to some people. Okay, is it the same feedback is it got from others? But seriously, this film is a good film. Like, it's not like we are praising our film. I'm a very critical person. If something is bad, okay, it's bad. So even very critical. Raj sir took everything. Like, he's a creative producer of this film. He took care of every
Raj
creative.
as in
Raj Nedimoro. Raj and DK, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he took care everything precisely. He did the whole creative process. The film product should come out. I think because of that, this film is going to be, because all are critical people. They have done a lot of films, right? Stree, the quirky comedy. They are the kings of it, basically.
Yeah.
So they are the mentors for us. So definitely from them, it's going to be a very good product. Yeah.
Fantastic. So look forward to it. All the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.